It's official, the deal is sealed. Welcome to the Arsenal, Viktor Gyokeres. He's the striker we've all been waiting for. He's the man Mikel Arteta has wanted for so long. He's the man that we have needed for so long. Someone who can come into the team and can really, and I mean really, do something special. You know, you look at us over the past few seasons and you think, how's he missed that? You know, your strikers going into last season were Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus. Both get injured and then Mikel Merino ends up going up top. But now we've brought in Gyokeres, there's no excuses. And I honestly do think that this is the signing of the season. And I think this is what Sky Sports will probably give as the signing of the season. And that's not from me, that's from a Sky Sports point of view. Obviously, whoever gives it will probably end up with it. But listen, it's a huge deal. And again, Andrea Berta put in an absolute masterclass. It ain't the first time we've seen him doing that. It ain't the first time we've seen Andrea Berta doing something crazy, doing some mad shit. You know, we've made 6 or 7 signings this transfer window and we're not even in August yet. That's mental. Last year we made 4 signings, and I think our first one was Calafiori, and he wasn't announced until about late July. So we've made 5 or 6 signings, and really good signings that mean something, signings that are worth something, you know. Because I'm looking at it now and thinking, we're now going into the season with Viktor Gyokeres, Kai Havertz. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. And listen, when I got the news about the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano, I was gassed. I was fucking gassed. You know, knowing Gyokeres was ready to come into my club, knowing that he was going to be a part of Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta's plans. I do apologise as well for the video coming out so late. You know, I've been busy with work and everything, and also been to pick up the new away kit, which there'll be a review on it soon. I just thought I'd give it a little sneak peek in this, but yeah, obviously, yeah, listen, it's a huge signing, and it's a statement signing as well. I think it's a signing that we needed to make, you know, a signing that was needed, and has been done. It's been done well, you know, and you've got to give Andrea Berta credit, you know. They are cooking in the transfer window, and I think, yeah, you look at obviously the past few seasons and you think, what areas are needed? Strikers number 1, and we've got a striker now. I thought this would be a never-ending saga that kind of goes on to transfer deadline day, but we've got our man. You know, we have our man. Of course, Arsenal played today. They actually played earlier today, 1-3-2 against Newcastle, and Gyokeres was actually presented onto the pitch but before the game, and I didn't get to see that because my telly wasn't working. So yeah, listen, he's going to make his debut in Hong Kong against Spurs on Thursday. I could do a little video for that if Gyokeres scores and pulls off this celebration against Spurs. I'd love that, man. The scenes for that one, I can't even lie, I can't fucking wait for that, you know. But listen, it's a huge signing. It's a fucking brilliant signing, you know. You've got Kepa Arrizabalaga coming in for £5 million. Come on, today. Played his partner really well. You've got Martin Zubimendi bought for £51 million. Absolute outstanding game today. He was fucking amazing. Played, what, 47, 48 minutes of football? Goes off. He was our best player by a mile, Zubimendi. He was amazing today. Bought him for £51 million. Christian Norgard, 11 million. Again, another bargain. He's there for cover when Zubimendi's not able to play. Norgard comes in. then you get the rest. You know, Christian Mosquera, back up for Saliba. Of course, Saliba went off today with a niggle. I hope that's nothing too serious. And then Nani Madueke, and then Viktor Gyokeres. So that's 6 signings for you, and 6 quality signings. 6 signings that I think are more than enough and more than capable now to go ahead and get us over the line in the Premier League season. You know, there's no excuse now. We have our number 9, we have our striker. He will take a number 14 shirt, so something to look forward to. Gyokeres 14, and I'm just saying I didn't get Gyokeres on the back of this shirt. I've got it in long sleeve as well actually, but this shirt's going to be reviewed in a few days. But I mean, yeah. Listen, I think it's an amazing signing. You know, I think I've been alive 17 years almost. You know, 17 years in 2 months, and this has been by far the best transfer window I have ever seen. You know, and I was alive when we signed Mesut Ozil. I was alive when we signed Alexis Sanchez. You know, when we signed the likes of Aubameyang. You know, I was supporting Arsenal back then, but it was nothing like this. It was nothing like 6 signings before a transfer window starts. I mean, I can't remember the last time I seen my own club doing that. I can't even remember the last time I made my club even make a signing, like a reasonable signing. And we have 5 out of those 6 signings, I think, could get quite a lot of games. The only one who I think is a bit 50-50 is Kepa Arrizabalaga, but that's because he's brought in to be backup goalkeeper. But obviously he wants to compete with David Raya to be number 1. So look, I don't want to hear all this talk about Gyokeres is gonna flop and this and that. Yeah, if you think that, you're fucking crazy, right? You go look at his stats. I know it's the Portuguese league, but then you go and look at his stats in the Champions League. This guy loves the Champions League. You know, he loves the Champions League. It's his competition. It's got his name on it. He may as well say the Gyokeres League. You know, the Champions of Gyokeres League or something like that. No, because I think his record in the Champions League for us this season, I feel his goal tally this season, if he gets above 20 in the Premier League, maybe 25, I'll call that a success. And if he does what he needs to do in the Champions League, brings that form into the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever, I don't think he'll be playing in either of those, if I'm honest with you. But let's just say he did. You know, let's say we go, I don't know, away to QPR one day, and you want to bring Gyokeres on for 10 minutes. Imagine we got Coventry City away. Oh, I can actually see that. I can actually see that, you know. Coventry City away in the League Cup. I can actually see that, you know. And Gyokeres goes back to Coventry and scores a hat-trick, and then does this right in front of that. Oh my God, that's actually got it written in the stars. That's got it written in the stars. I'm calling that now. Gyokeres goes to Coventry, hat-trick. Yeah, trust me when I say that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get Coventry in round 3 of the League Cup, alright? But listen, I'm really excited for the new season. I think it's the first time in a long time, and I mean a fucking long time, that I'm excited going into the new season, going into a new Premier League season. You know, it kicks off in a few weeks. You know, we've got obviously Tottenham and Hong Kong on Thursday, and then we come back to London. I think we're flying Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, and then we got a game against Villarreal on the Wednesday, the 6th of August, which I'm actually going to be going to with my mate. You could see a match. You could potentially be seeing a match day vlog for that. But being back at the Emirates, you know, the atmosphere, it's going to be electric there. Stay tuned for that one. And then we got the Emirates Cup game against Bilbao. That's when the previews will be back for the new season. That's on Saturday week. So not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. You've got the Emirates Cup, and then week after that, the season starts. And in the mixture of all of that, we could be getting another Eze. You know, it just goes to show. It just shows you how fucking good of a sporting director we actually have. You know, it goes to show you now that he is more reliable than Eddie was. He is more determined to win than Eddie was. And that's no disrespect to Eddie or anything, because I still like the guy. Although I do think the way he left us was a bit disrespectful. But, you know, obviously if we're going into a new season and we're going to Old Trafford, you know, we're going to Old Trafford on the opening day of the season. You know, you're gonna want the likes of Viktor Gyokeres starting. You know, you're gonna want the likes of Madueke. Actually, no, I don't even think Madueke is gonna start that game. I feel he'll be kind of bought into the team. I feel Gyokeres, the difference between some players, I think it's gonna be interesting. You know, I don't think the likes of Norgard and Kepa are here to be starters, or even Mosquera. But I feel like the likes of Zubamendi, you know, the likes of Gyokeres, I think the likes of Eze, if we sign him, are all going to be just thrown straight into the team, you know. But then you've got to look at it. Arteta lost Kai Havertz, so what's he going to do with him? Is he going to play a new formation? Is he going to play a 4-4-2? Is he going to play Havertz in behind, or sort something out? I don't know. But I feel like we just got to wait and see, if I'm quite honest with you. But listen, I'm not going to complain. You know, I'm not going to complain. You know, we have our new number 9. You know, and our attacking forwards, I've got our attacking options right in front of me here. Going into the new season, as things stand, our new attacking options are Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Ethan Nwaneri, Noni Madueke, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, and Viktor Gyokeres. So, fuck me, that's some attack. You know, I still think we need an upgrade on Martinelli and or Trossard. But that's a video for another day. That's a topic for another day. I don't think either of them will be leaving. So, yeah, listen. But, yeah, listen. We're finally, you know, we're finally doing the big signings. You know, we're finally doing the things we've got to be doing. And, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. You know, we signed a striker, someone who's actually lethal in front of goal and can actually put ball in the back of the net. And then I feel like the Tottenham game in Hong Kong, I'm gutted because I'm going to be at fucking work for that as well, you know. But listen, it is what it is, you know. The derbies in the Premier League mean a lot more in this league, you know. You show them mid-bastards in this league what that thing means, you know. And I'm buzzing for the new season. You know, I'm absolutely buzzing for the new season. I can't wait for the Premier League to start again. So, yeah, listen. Gimme a striker from Sweden. Da, 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 da. What's the chant I was singing earlier for Gyokeres? He comes from Sweden. The girls are fucking it's like he comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He came to Arsenal to play in red and white. He scoring goals with the cannon on his chest. His name is Viktor Gyokeres. Listen, but I'm buzzing, you know. I can't wait to see him in action. I can't wait to see everyone in action again, you know. Listen, if you're new around here, smash like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.